What's up, guys? Loader Drendel here. Um, I figured I'd do a quick video log for you guys. Well, I don't know how quick it's gonna be. I just got out of the rain. Just got back from dinner at a place called Jim and Nick's. It's been a rather interesting couple of days. I had planned to do some Let's Play or some at least Destiny prison videos for you guys, but I kind of got burned out on it, so I decided to take a break. I got back to playing a PS1 game, the Azure Dreams. I've done a couple Let's Plays for you guys in regards to it. Right now, I just been kind of doing my own thing here. There's been some happenings lately that's kind of gotten me thinking. Well, and when I say thinking, I'll just put it like this. There's been some videos that have touched base on relationships, breakups, being torn between someone you care for and someone you miss, or being torn between two people that you have strong feelings for. So I figured, you know what, fuck it, pardon my French. I figured, I'll go over just kind of relationships, the breakups, distance. I'll try. For this video, I'm gonna talk about stuff like that. So, okay. So in regards to relationships, everyone has their views, what they look for, what they want. For me, it's just... Well, here's the thing for me. When it comes to relationships, loyalty, trust, understanding, compromise, equality, faith, which to me kind of falls in with loyalty, honesty, which falls in with trust. There's really a lot of factors that I look for. Personality is probably the biggest part of it, just because, and this is where, and some people, and this happened when I was in high school, a bit when I moved down here. But on the guy's side, if there's a girl they like, but they don't like that guy, and they like somebody else because they're hot or sexy or good looking and all that. I've noticed a lot. There've been a lot of stereotyping on it, like, oh, you're not well educated, you don't have college diploma, oh, you're not cute enough, you're not driven enough. There's been a lot of crazy shenanigans in regards to that, and it's kind of worn on my nerves because of the fact that, alright, it wears on my nerves because it's like it seems like the truly legitimate, genuine people don't really seem to get much of a chance. So I'll go into a bit of it. Like in junior high and high school, there would be girls that would ask me out to date them, and I would eventually find out later that it was a joke on me. And for me, it pissed me off, but at the same time, it's like, I was young, I thought people were just shitting with me, but it wasn't the case. My first real girlfriend wasn't until my sophomore year in high school. Man, I remember that day. the day that when it all ended. And it lasted about 2 months, maybe. Oh no, it's about 2 months. And I just remember, I don't know what happened. Like she just ended everything, and next thing I know, for me, emotionally, I felt like I just crashed. Like I just broke down completely. And she comes back and asks me back, and apologizes for how she treated me. So then I thought, she may have gotten upset at the heat of the moment. I decided, I was like, all right. About a month later, we break apart completely. So I remember I sunk into depression and had some thoughts of suicide. Although I ended up resisting as much as possible, and I had video games, music, and during the time I was coming into writing, I had ways to cope and get over. Thank goodness, too, because quite honestly, I've been through enough. So, or at least, but it's just to a point where it wasn't worth killing myself over. But I was still depressed, I was still hurt, I was angry at myself, at my ex, but I didn't know what I was angry for, or at myself. But, well, things happen, so. Sorry, this is probably one of those things that's just kind of hard to figure out. Okay, so that relationship went down the drain. There's another one that that was really into me. I was into her. Things were great, but the parents, the mother, for some reason just didn't like me. It escalated. I mean, she and I were on and off. It escalated to the point where her mother threatened to have me in handcuffs if I didn't break up with her daughter. And it's like, and for the life of me, I don't get why in the world would this individual or this parent hate my guts. I mean, she never told me. She didn't say jack to me, really. She just, don't like this one, get rid of him, type of thing. Well, and now I don't know if she's married, but she's had a couple of kids, or at least one kid. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay, so, and during this time, I was the social outcast. Like, I was just completely not I was never popular at all. I was never liked, per se. It was to a point where I just didn't... I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to think of how to... trying to figure out how to word this. I'm not really doing so well at that. Right. Well, I'll just put it like this. I was never popular. I had very few friends, if any. And then, eventually, I had some. Some were kind of in the wrong crowd, which I took responsibility for being idiotic enough for that. My problem, though, and my counter to that was it was the only friends I could make. And, well, you live and you learn. What eventually happens later on down when I moved down here, and you know, it was when I moved down here to Alabama, from where I'm from, which is back in Kansas. It was a whole different world, full of strangers, and I just got overwhelmed in a sense. But you know, so for relationship wise, I end up with a girl who I was really into. I really cared very much for. And, well, she and I ended up, I'm sure you guys can figure out what I'm talking about, what ended up happening. Well, later on, ends up with me getting cheated on, which it hit me. I got upset. I'll be honest. I was upset to the point where I ended up cussing her out, when what I should have done was to try to overlook it and try to work things out. I ended up, and this is probably was one of the stupid choices I made in regards to it. I ended up deciding to try dating her roommate. In a sense, it was a bit because of retaliation, but at the same time, things between me and my ex were I feel like it was completely destroyed. And her roommate had this attraction towards me. I kind of liked her as well, but it was like, you know, I'm going through this, you know, just having things ended, so it's like I was trying to take my time. So, but pretty much throughout the time I've been here, relationships for me was a nightmare. I got cheated on constantly. I was treated like property. My last major relationship ended this past April because, well, I honestly don't know when, technically, in a sense. I decided to cut things off at the knees because I found out I was cheated. She had cheated on me in the worst way and lied to me and the guy she was cheating on me with. And for me, that's a hell no. That's something, I don't know. I thought it was uncalled for. So, as a result, since then, you know, I've kept to myself. So, in regards to breakups, you know, it varies from person to person, but I'm sure the one thing that they all share is that they're extremely painful. Especially when you're a teenager, during those times, because, you know, you're really, you know, the feelings are there, or, you know, or as you get older, emotions are running high, your feelings are strong, you know, you care so deeply, you feel like this is the one for you, and then, bam, sideswiped, really freaking hard. So, with that being said, if for me, when those things happened, I put myself in a state of seclusion, complete withdrawal. I didn't talk to anybody for a while. I went into my video games, into my writing, my music. Well, not my music, as in I make music, but like, you know, I pretty much went out of the real world and went into my world. And I stayed in there for a while. And I'll be honest with you guys, relationships and breakups are among the most painful experiences, aside from losing someone you love to death. Obvious. Being able to keep yourself busy or something to distract you. At least for me, I had my job. I had my games, my writing, you know, my stories, the music. I had plenty of ways to keep my mind distracted, to keep myself busy, to keep myself from getting upset. As time wore on, I still believe I'll find somebody. It sucks, that at 27 years, and at the same time, I don't mind. It sucks that when you think you have somebody, things just blow up. And things just aren't the same. Or you think it won't be the same. But that, I think, is a mind issue. One thing I've learned about people is people react differently. Some accept the truth easily. Some are too prideful to admit to the truth. And others, well, others just won't admit anything to anyone, or they play denial. One of the things that I know is that the truth is always there, and reality is the cruelest truth of them all, because of the simple fact that no matter how much you lie to yourself, no matter how long you hide, no matter where you go, the truth will be right behind you, or right in your face. Some people have addled and deluded themselves to the point where they don't see it, but it's there. So, when it comes to breakups, some rebound. We'll do a rebound. A very close friend of mine who I've known for about since I moved down here, really. Was in a 4-year relationship, or 4.5, and things ended. Now she's stuck between that ex and that ex's coworker, who she's known her ex about 5 years ish. The coworker for 2.5, close to 3. Now, being torn between two people is very painful, because you got a hard choice to make. Because it's like, I look at love, when you're torn between two people, it's like a game of tug of war, and your heart is the rope, and it sucks. So, and I've been there, I know what it's like. Some would say don't date either of them. I honestly would say go with what your heart chooses, what you feel is best for you, and how you approach it is your decision. I've been there, and for me, hindsight being 2020, I probably wouldn't have dated either of the two I was torn between, or shouldn't have. Things kind of just blew up. No matter how hard you guys try, you're not going to be able to please everyone in this world. Now, it's just, some will say, oh yeah, you can. But the truth of the matter, though, guys, and this is something I've learned the hard way, it's the fact that, life comes and goes. Life is full of twists and turns. And you can't please every single person in this world, because you pleasing one person can set off another. Or you not, helping this person is going to set off other people that say you should. When it comes to relationships, being torn and all that, stick to your gut feeling. If your gut tells you don't jump, don't jump. Because it's very rare that your instincts will tell you will be wrong. The reason I say that, I'm one of the guys. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to. I got something stuck in this. I'm the kind of person that goes by a gut feeling. Like, if I feel that this is the right thing, then I jump for it. If you know what I mean. If if I feel that I might be making a wrong choice, I usually step back and figure out, what do I do? How do I deal with it? That being said, at the end of the day, what we as people, what sets us apart is that we are unique, because each and every person deals with things different than the other. But what makes us all the same is that we feel this about pretty much the same pains: the heartache, the betrayal, the anger, the suffering, the hate, the sorrows, the feeling of being alone, of failure. It's only human. It's human nature. So how do I think people should go about breakups? Well, there's a grieving, healing process. However, and that's where I would say be around those that make you happy, or the things that make you happy, do them. Like if you are a gamer and you and you are going through a tough time, play a video game. Get your mind settled down, get your mind set back straight, and go from there. If you like a certain type of music, play it. So, with that being said, guys, I'd say do what makes you happy. There are some things you shouldn't do, like turning to alcohol, drugs, tobacco, and all that. Those are things I wouldn't recommend going into. There are some that'll do it. That's their choice. But I'd say go in. If you have a hobby that never ceases to make you happy, if it always makes you happy, do that. Like for me, it's music, video games, and writing. And my friends, which is, of course, So that kind of wraps up everything that I got to say. Like with relationships, breakups, emotional tears. Well, one last point. In regards to the girl my first girlfriend down here, that ended up cheating on me, that upset me. She and I, to this day, are very good friends. And kind of shocking. Because there have been some that say, and this is something that's kind of irked me a lot, is that you can't be friends with an ex. I honestly think that entirely depends. And it depends entirely on you and your ex's perception of one another. For me and my ex, things ended because of me being cheated on. She cheated on me with her best friend at the time, and hindsight, emotions ran high. She really didn't mean to do it. I took it personal, which I felt it then. I felt I was in the right, but still, I shouldn't have done it, even if it was legitimate, justifiable action. Nobody deserves to be cussed out, yelled at, lectured for something like that. I mean, yeah, it's the whole, you woulda, coulda, shoulda, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't have done this, shouldn't do that. And it's like, we all make mistakes, guys. Relationships are just about the same, but the only difference is those mistakes can create much more pain to your loved ones. So for me, that wraps this up. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. It's Sunday after 9, so I gotta get me some sleep. I'm gonna probably do another video sometime tonight, maybe with a reaction video. I'm not really sure. Hope you guys have a great night, had a great weekend, and I hope you guys have a good for those of you who watch my videos that are attending school, I hope you have yourselves a great school year. college students, high school students, elementary, junior high, all you all students that are out there, have a great school year. Always be sure to study. For those of you who work, like myself, hope y'all have a great work week. But for everyone out there who has struggled with relationships, there is somebody out there for you. And they may be closer than you know, they may be farther than you know. But never, ever give up. Just because things may seem bad, it doesn't mean that they are. So that wraps up what I got to say, guys. Hope you guys have a great week. Keep it real. Lodo Drandle out.